Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Clutch Conversations. It's your boy Mike. We back at you one more again, live on a Thursday night. We got New York in the building tonight. It's going to be a dope show, so definitely stay tuned. We're going to have the show in just a few minutes, but first and foremost, shout out to my lovely wife, Takara. Appreciate everything you do. Appreciate you holding us down, holding the team down. Man, y'all just don't know, man. Like, it would be absolutely impossible to do everything that we do without Takara's help. So y'all make sure y'all show us some love in the comments. Drop a 100 if you appreciate all the good stuff that she do for Herp Collectors and for the fam. Definitely show us some love in the comments. And don't stop there. Show the channel some love as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so you can get notifications each and every time we drop a video here on the channel. Few quick housekeeping items. Make sure you're following us on Morph Market. We're trying to hit 250 followers by the end of the year. We're knocking on 200 right now, so just about 50 or so more to go. So definitely go out there, give us a follow on Morph Market, show us some support. Definitely check out the snakes we got posted. We got some things we still got to post, but if you looking for something in particular, definitely hit me up and see what we got. Definitely go give us a follow out there, and also give us a follow on Instagram. Follow the main page at Herp Collectors, and also follow the show page at Clutch Conversations. Definitely go give us a follow on Facebook. And don't forget that audio-only versions of Clutch Conversations are available on all major podcasting platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and more. So definitely go check us out there. And when you check us out there, please be sure to follow, rate, and review. We appreciate the love, and we appreciate the support. Speaking of support, make sure you support in both US Arc and US Arc Florida. The link for both organizations are in the description of this video. Definitely grab you a membership. If you don't have a membership, drop a donation. Anything you can do to support these organizations that are helping protect our rights as reptile keepers. Definitely be on the lookout for this new show I got with the homie Matt coming up. It's called Double Clutch. We're gonna drop the first episode Saturday, June 15th. We're probably gonna hit the 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot. Again, so just like this show, except it's gonna be on Saturdays. So definitely check that out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And make sure you come out there, show support, and spread the word about the show. Let everybody know this show is coming up. We're gonna kick the sponsor around real quick, and we'll be right back. Art comes in many forms. At Armless Angels, it comes to life. In life, success doesn't come to you. You go to it. In this game, forward thinking is the key to innovation and staying relevant. Plan your work and work your plan. Lose yourself in the art. Lose yourself with Wetter Morphs. Shout out to the homie Justin. Shout out to the homie Steven from Wetter Morph Constrictors. Y'all definitely make sure y'all go give them a follow. Check out their dope productions. A lot of heat coming out of both of those camps. So definitely make sure you go check them out. Give them a follow. Go check out the Morph Market. Like I said, a lot of heat coming out of both of those camps. Hey, fellas, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Let's see what we got in the chat tonight, man. The chat is popping. What's good, Sammy, the Pink Panther himself? Appreciate you coming out, fam. Krista from Neurofy Exotics, what's good, sis? Appreciate you coming out. Eric's More Factory in the building. What's good, homie? Appreciate you coming out. We got the homie Herbert. We got the guests in the chat. Appreciate it. Blakers Pythons, what's good, fam? Appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the support. Dwight, what's good? The Pie Man, appreciate you coming out, fam. The big homie Wiz in the building again. What's good? Shout out to the Wiz Tang crew. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate you coming out. Tom, what's good? Low Life Exotics in the building. John, what's up? More Forge in the building. Homie Dun Dada in the building. What's good, homie? And we got Jamie in the building. What's good? Jamie from More Forge. Appreciate you coming out. What's good, Craig? Appreciate you coming out. Bash Coder Reptiles in the building. The best audio in the game. Red Moon Royals, what's good? Appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the support. Ophidian Exotics in the building. I didn't think I was going to be able to spit that one out. Appreciate you coming out, fam. Kevin Sugar Scroll Serpents, what's good? Appreciate you coming out. Sugar Skull Serpents, my bad, said it wrong. I know I was gonna mess up something. I got too much Marvel in me. That's why I was thinking scroll. Casey, what's good? Goff's Reptile Creations in the building. And we got the homie Big Ed from Static Morphs with the early super chat. Appreciate the love. Hashtag 262. What's good? Appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the super chat, homie. If y'all liking if you're enjoying the show, definitely make sure you drop a super chat. Show us some love. And we're going to kick the intro video. Then we're going to be right back with the guests. So see you in a few.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lady. Just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up. Get this cool.
Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this?
Episode 119, State Property, New York. What's good, fellas? What's up? How y'all doing?
You?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Living the dream. Y'all had a good week?
Yeah, really busy.
Doing well, bro. I almost was late today. I had rushed to get here, rushed to get home.
Oh, man, I'm glad you can make it, man. You made it just in time, man, so you had great timing. You was actually a couple minutes early.
Yeah, I was panicking, man. I was trying to download Steam. My computer wasn't working. I was like, oh, fuck.
I was panicking earlier today because my internet went out. And I was like, man, fuck, it's going to be like 2 weeks in a row where we're having technical issues that's out of my control. But fortunately, it came back on around about 5 something.
Yeah. Where do you actually turn out of?
I'm in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think my house, we kind of figured it out the other day. There's a hospital relatively close. So I believe we're on that grid. So my neighbors, they were like, yeah, we haven't lost power in like 20 years. So I'm still going to get a generator, but like, I think I'm good over here. I don't think I'll ever actually lose power or internet just because they got to keep that hospital running, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fortunate, man. I wish I could say the same, man, because Cox is terrible internet. I promise. Hey, I appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate the love.
As long as you block Paul. That's
Got to block Paul. All right.
I don't even know if he's in here, but if he is,
He's working.
Is he? Yeah.
I block him across all social media platforms.
Well, somebody screenshot that and send it to him so we can ruin his night.
Yeah, make sure y'all get the screenshot.
I'm gonna take a picture right now, actually. Perfect.
Good times, good times. Herbert was joking, man. He said 2 cops and a criminal.
That's it, baby. Fortunately enough, we're not your typical cops. We won't really see us much, so that is the good thing.
That's good.
What do you do with the force, if you don't mind sharing?
You first, Charlie.
I work in a special unit. Can't talk too much about it, but we, you won't see me off. You will never see me on the road. You'll never know I'm a cop. Put it that way.
Yeah, I work for Intel, so just search warrants, guns, and drugs. So pretty much the same thing as Charlie. If you see me, it's pretty much already too late for you. I already won. It's over, you know.
It was like, I'm all right, I'm out.
It's time to make my exit.
He's like, great show, guys.
I don't like this at all.
No drugs, only guns, but they're legal.
Yeah. They're always
As legal as they can be in New York State.
Yeah.
Where you're in Western New York? Where are you at? Oh no,
I'm kind of like Western-ish.
That's
So
Canada.
I'm up near Syracuse, like 45 minutes south of Syracuse. So kind of center, a little bit west.
How far is that from you, Charlie?
it's about 2 hours probably west. I'm in the Albany area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 hours or so to Albany for me.
All right,
And what
yeah.
part of New York are you in, Baker?
I'm pretty much an hour east of New York City, out in Long Island.
Okay.
So legitimately, like from like actual Manhattan, probably 55 miles, like due east. That little
Nice.
fish island next to the city. That's where I'm from.
Oh, Paul's got you. He topped
He
you.
got you, man. He said you're cheap.
All right. First of all, I thought he was blocked, so here we are. I'm gonna try to find that refund button.
Now I got to retract my statement. You are unblocked now. I appreciate the super chat, bro. I appreciate the love and support.
That's funny.
Nice.
How's shed testing, Charlie?
Good. Yeah, it's going good. You know, I have somebody working for me now, and she's doing amazing, and it's freeing up some time to do some more research and help get more tests out sooner. But yeah, it's going good, really good. Should have a bunch more, hopefully next week coming out.
What you got coming up?
I
I'm not
just want to
allowed
give a
to talk
huge-
about it yet because I'm doing it with somebody else, and they'd rather not everybody know about it yet. But it's a bunch of codoms.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
How many
let
How
me
many
shoot a question.
total that'll put you up to?
probably close to 30, I think.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to find be able to test for every gene? It's just a matter of working on it, or do you think there's some genes?
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's not just like a subtle, if it's a real gene, then yeah. Like if it's a real mutation, I should say, not a real gene, but if it's a real mutation, then yeah. If it's just not a weird phenotype, like you're not gonna find anything. But for things that are proven, then yeah, you could get everything. It's just a matter of time and money. Time is the big thing because like Monsoon, I thought I had it like right away. I sent out tests and they all came back perfect. I was like, boom, I got it. This is great.
I am patiently waiting for that one, Charlie.
Then you send out a bunch more because you need to validate it. I can't go based on just like 8 to 10 samples I send out, and then the rest. It's pretty good test I got, but it's not 100% accurate. So I'm not offering it. And tomorrow I should be getting results back on a few more Monsoon tests and different locations that I'm trying that I think hopefully one of them works out.
You think once you get that Monsoon test, you're gonna get smoked with stranger sheds?
I got already smoked with stranger sheds. I got a lot of sheds already that people have sent me over the last couple months. People just want it so bad that they're like, here, just take them, hold on to them, so when you get it, you have them.
Yeah.
I definitely have close to 200 het monsoon sheds in my house right now.
Wow.
Nice. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, I definitely need my boy test. I'll tell you that. So,
But yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of, people just sending in stranger stuff, hoping that, it's het moray or monsoon or whatever.
yeah.
How close do you think you are on monsoon?
Like I said, it literally could be any day. Tomorrow I have 2 new locations that I'm trying that I have a pretty good feeling on. And, if I come back, I don't send out a lot right away, because it costs money every time I test these things. So, you send out a few of them, and if those few come back right, like I'll send out some known hets, some known visuals, and some hopefully known negatives, and then if they come back good, then I'll send out 20 of them. And if they come back good, I'll send out another 20. At that point, if everything's working the way it is, 60, 100 tests, then I'm pretty confident that I'd be able to offer the test. So, but every day, that's pretty much what I work on nonstop. So,
are there any genetics that are pretty close, Chuck, where it's like kind of hard to decipher what they are?
no, you can tell, like the tests I'm coming out with, hopefully next week or the week after, they're all allelic, and a lot of them are very close, and one test could test for 1 or 2 of them at a time because they're so close in the genome. That's what makes things allelic, is that when they are close. So like
Spot nose, chocolate, shit like that.
yeah, stuff like all that stuff, Enchi, black pastel, cinnamon, that's all got to be close together. All the Bell complex is all pretty close together. So those things, usually once you find one, now you could just broaden your search around that area and hopefully find the other ones pretty quick.
The person that you got working with you, is it someone from like the reptile community, or is it like
Yeah. Oh, no. She's local to me, but she has a biology degree.
Okay.
And she had worked in a lab in college, and she's going for a PhD now. So she has, she doesn't have time to work a full-time job, so she knows how to do this stuff. I still have to teach her and take a time to teach her how I do everything here and how it works, and teach her about the genes and why we do it and all that. But she knows how to use the instruments, so it's not like, foreign to her. I didn't have to, teach her the basics, which was huge. But yeah, she's working out really well.
Nice. Herbert, you been shed testing stuff?
Oh yeah. Charlie's got a lot of my money.
How's it been working out
I think
for
he
you?
usually gets negative results from me, though.
I do. I think 75% are usually negative, but yeah.
I tell you what,
25% that have been positive though have been good, so I really can't complain.
I should check and see how many like positive versus negative results I've sent out. I'm guaranteeing it's going to be more negatives than positives because, even if it's 50%, a lot of people send stuff that they're not sure if it's at all.
I sent you a lot like that.
I'll get people
that just test for this just randomly.
This possibly could be it because the great grandfather was hypo. Let's see if it made its way down or something. So I would say overall, I give out more negative results than positive results.
Herbert, what's your shed testing strategy? Like, are you only testing stuff you might potentially hold back, or are you testing some stuff that you might potentially post up for sale, regardless of the outcome of the shed test?
So I do both. Stuff that I have for sale, I'll only get it shed tested if I know it's going to make the value higher. If it's just I don't even know, like just a blackhead het clown male that's possibly yellow belly, like I'm not going to go get that shed tested to confirm yellow belly because it's not going to raise the price, by $500. It's going to add an extra $25 to the sale price. So it's not beneficial either way. But if it's a holdback, I would probably do that test just for my own benefit, especially if it was a male. So I'm not, putting a potential yellow belly to a female that's also a yellow belly and getting ivories. So there's strategy on the holdback side. But anything for sale, it comes down to value, if it's going to increase value significantly or not.
That makes sense. That's a great way to approach it. You testing a lot of stuff too, Baker?
Well, I'm kind of a giant child, so I sent some things to Charlie. They were wet and they had gnats in them. So he called me and yelled at me about that. I have a bunch of sheds over there. The one he did test for me was huge. I have a Pastel ODYB, Fire, Enchi, DG, Hypo, Het, Clown, or Cryptic. He got that tested, 100% Het Clown, so that was a home run for me.
Nice.
I'm going to take a similar approach to you. I'm not really going to test for any codoms unless it's like a holdback, just so I know. I'm really going to utilize Charlie for like the long-term like situations. Like, for example, I have a yellow belly paint that went to a Pastel Clown Het Hypo and a Pastel Clown Het Pied. So I'm going to get everything tested for Hypo and Pied, right, just to try to figure out what triple hets are and so forth and so on. I'm also going to utilize it with like the male I just explained. I'll probably throw it's like a couple Pied girls that I have laying around, get it tested for Het Clown to play that game. I definitely think, to your point, it's going to increase value, right? If it's Het Pied, Het Clown, whatever. I do think when I post it, though, I'm going to say it's Het Clown because of genetic testing, right? I'm going to make sure that I specify that because I just don't want anybody, to see, because I'm very open about everything. I post everything I lock and I post everything I cut, etc. So I don't need to post something and say, hey, triple het this. It's like, no, dude, that was a het hypo you put it to. How do you know it's this? So I'm definitely going to specify. Obviously, I talk to Charlie often, and we know all about shed testing at this point. I definitely think it's a tool for people to utilize, especially when it comes to recessives.
I think that's a good point because I know people, I check out people's listings a lot after I test their stuff. Most people will put that like based on genetic testing because you don't I've seen things before where not even as something that I've tested that to that point it's like they'll show the pairing and it's a het clown to het clown, but the snake for sale is 100% het clown. It's like, how do you know that? Like, I know we could probably figure out that you tested it, but I think that's something you should specify.
Yeah,
and especially because like I always say, like you never know if you put the wrong shed in a Ziploc, if I somehow screw up and put the wrong shed in something, and you want to make sure that when that is sold, the person knows that it's het clown because of genetic testing. And if it's something that's raising the value a shit ton of money, let's do it again before it's sold and let's confirm. I'm always down to do that. Like if I test something and I give somebody a result and they're like, oh, all right, this is a whatever, some crazy thing. Like, all right, let's do it one more time. Let's just make sure. Send me the next shed. Not necessarily just let me do it again. I want you to send me another shed, or when you sell it, have that person send it to me because we want to make sure. I don't want 2 years down the line somebody come and be like, oh, what happened with this? You said it was this, and it's not. I'd rather figure it out now than 2 years down the line.
And you can specify that too. You can say, listen, I tested a shed in September. I tested a shed in December. Both came out het whatever. And to your point, I definitely think, and huge credit to Charlie. I remember the first time you were texting me about shed testing. I was working out the precinct, and you're like, yo, I'm buying this. I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. And it was going to be like an extra hobby for you just because you were interested in it. At this point now, you become so good at it that you built it up to the point where everybody knows who you are and you actually have an employee. So huge props to you. And to your point before shed testing, I bought a yellow belly Enchi double het clown pied female during COVID. And I think I dropped like $1,200 on her and she reabsorbed twice on me. I finally got a clutch out of her. She's not het pied, right? So that's one thing that is huge when it comes to the shed testing is you can eliminate people sitting on animals. Because everyone says I've gotten eggs from I have a pastel spot nose clown I hatched out. 19 months later, she was on eggs. She just happened to grow really nicely. She happened to grow follicles and get on eggs. It is what it is. And conversely, I bought that animal in the beginning of 2020, right before COVID. And 4 years later, I got eggs, and she's just a yellow belly Enchi het clown. So it definitely can save a lot of time. But you don't want to confuse or try to trick people either. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get it tested for herp or?
I have the shed over there. It's been there for about 3 months now. It'll get there.
I guess I do have to just make a trip down there and just take all your sheds.
I'm a fucking child, dude. I'm sorry. I did get the one test because that was really important. That was a big one for me.
Yeah.
I got about 15 or 20 waiting on you. I gotta get them sent off now.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge collection. I only have like 40 something snakes, but like I've used it for myself for a few things. Like I have a Wookiee black pastel. What is it? Black pastel Wookiee yellow belly heck clown male. But I also have a female that's red stripe yellow belly GHI confusion heck clown. So I'm like, all right, let me just make sure both of these are yellow belly, so I know not to pair them. You know, and then because I'm pairing the male right now, the female's not ready to go, so I'm pairing the male with other clowns, and I'm going to test them all for yellow belly to make sure I get one without yellow belly to hold a male without yellow belly to hold back to breed to that female down the line, because I don't want that white snake, you know.
Say the genes on that confusion red stripe girl again.
Confusion red stripe yellow belly GHI head clown.
Nice.
That's the one that I sent you pictures of, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie was a little unsure. He's like, "What do you think?" And I happened to go to our buddy's house when he was in Alaska to kind of pull some plushes and stuff. And I took it out. I was like, "Charlie, you better buy this fucking thing." I was like, "This thing is stunning, dude." I was like, "The answer's yes."
How big is she now?
She's I don't know. She was like she's a confusion. She's definitely confusion. She eats when she wants.
Dude,
like
confusions.
You know, it's like. I have acid too. I have a bunch of acid stuff, and they're the same way. But then once they go on streaks, they'll go on tears. Like she's eating. When she's eating, I'm like stuffing her ass because I don't know when she's gonna stop again. So I fed her like twice this week because she's like crushing everything that goes in. Let me see if I can get her out without.
I did a video for our Patreon maybe a week ago. It talked about that. How I have noticed, and you probably noticed it too, that there's certain genetics that just don't eat well. I have noticed that pieds will eat extraordinarily well up until like a year old. Then they're just like, "Fuck you, I'm not eating anymore." Confusions are horrible eaters. Strangers are savages. Yeah, I had the saga in the beginning with my stranger breeder male that I had bought. That was because he was bred too early, I think, and just kind of turned him off. All my other strangers, I got a banana stranger female. It's like 4 months old, and she's like 500 grams. They don't stop eating. And then conversely, she's pretty big, Chuck.
Yeah, she's hissing. She's a bitch.
She's beautiful though. Wow, look at that belly. So, Blake, I heard a little bit about that saga. Tell us what all went down with that stranger male, because I remember seeing the video when you got it. Like, it was crazy. It was like what, 2021. It was a stranger leopard clown, like a breeder male.
Yeah, that was November 20. So long story short, one of my good friends at the wedding party last month. He's he's very smart when it comes to like investments. So we had joked around about investing in snakes and so forth and so on. So I kind of like give him the rundown genetics. And long story short, he purchased a cinnamon pied and actually bought back that pastel spot nose clown that I originally sold. We bought them back as a package. So he was like, "Oh, we're gonna split the clutch. Like, how does that work?" I said, "Well, for like a lower end animals, I'll just give you a percentage back. You paid $3 grand for them, I'll give you $5 grand back." So his mind started clicking. He was like, "What do you like? How can I get involved?" I was like, "For you to get involved in something like that, you have to buy something like this." I sent him my stranger male, right? Stranger leopard clown, 600 gram, proven breeder, right? They wanted 20,000 at the time, worth it, yeah. He was like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." And I bought him. He was 600 grams. It's my fault, right? Because I should have looked at how old he was. The snake was like 8 months old, right? So what I mentioned before, strangers eat very, very well. So they must have got this thing to 600 grams within 7 months, bred him. They had 2 clutches that actually slugged out on them, and then sold them. Cool. I got him thinking, my dumb ass, he's a year and a half old, a little bit more mature male. So I got here. I quarantined him for like 2 weeks. I was like, someone's not going to sell me a $20,000 sex snake, right? Hindsight, probably not the greatest idea. Bred him right away. He locked. Cool. Awesome. Then he stopped eating, right? And if you ever notice when you get snakes up to like size quickly, they're fat, right? It is what it is. And they'll revert back to their homeostasis where they should be. This snake probably should have been 380 grams, 450 grams, okay? He stopped eating. He went from 580 when I got him down to 380, which again, 200 grams for a male, not a big deal if they're 1,800 grams.
At
right?
that small, it's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, and I was full panic mode. I tried gerbils, ASF, mice, etc. I went through everything, dude, and all I kept thinking about was like it's a worst case scenario, right? Because now I have a male that my buddy dropped 20 G's on, may possibly die. We're not pairing the thing, so I have 4 or 5 females sitting here that I spent 4 or 5 grand on each. They're just sitting now. So long story short, I decided to assist feed like 12-gram hopper ASFs. I would do one, he ate it, I was ecstatic, and we slowly worked his way back up. I kind of figured out not a large assist feed. If I get 1 12-gram, which is this big, down his mouth, kind of loosens up, I get 2 more. I did that once a week for like 3-4 months, right, Charlie? He got back to like 520 grams. Then he started eating well, got to like 700 grams, started pairing him, had a great season with him, a lot of holdbacks, a lot of nice stranger stuff. And now he eats like a son of a bitch. Now he's like 980 grams, you know? So it's just one of those things where at the end of the day, they are animals, right? And I could have bred the shit out of them, right? And you would have died. But that's just not the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are living creatures. And I do know some breeders would do that. Say, fuck it, I'm just going to breed the shit out of you, my money back. But, you know, I sat on them. And had I produced the animals I produced 2023 season, it probably would have been double the value in 2022. But you know what? I'd rather not breed this thing to death. And we still had some nice shit. So it is what it is.
Nice. Herbert, have you noticed any problems with specific genes, kind of based on your experience?
None that I have. I don't work with acid or confusion. I listen to the rumors when people say that certain genes have issues eating. I just stay away from them because ball pythons are already, they already are picky at a lot of times. So I would rather not get a gene that knowingly has feeding issues. So no, I can't say that any gene that I have has feeding issues.
Yeah, I love.
This is a confusion. I believe a confusion keyhole clown. This is a red stripe yellow spot nose clown. This girl is like 550 grams. This girl's like 320. This girl's like 5 months older than this girl.
Wow.
How often does she eat?
I feed every Monday, brother. Every Monday, every single one of my snakes gets offered food. They don't always eat, but here's your confusion, right? Again, 5 months younger, 200 grams less. They both can offer the same amount of meals. This girl eats like a savage, but look at the size difference, right? And it doesn't seem like a lot, but this girl will be on eggs a year before this girl. And it's just that simple.
Would you say your confusion eats, 80% of the time?
Fuck no, dude. I wish. If she'll go, like to Charlie's point, she'll go on spurts, right? I offer ASFs only, and she'll eat like 3 weeks in a row. And then she'll not eat the week before she sheds, not eat and shed, and not eat the 2 weeks after shed, then take a week off, and then eat again 3 times, then 5 weeks off. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's I've heard a lot of stories about that when it comes to confusion. Even my breeder male that I sold recently, he's the same way. He's finicky. It's just kind of is what it is. And I'll show you something else. Check this out. So this girl, this is a banana stranger clown. This girl is a little bit big. This girl's a little bit bigger than this girl, and she's half her age.
Wow.
Again, it's stranger. Stranger, they just eat, dude. Look at the difference.
Yeah, my stranger pounds ASF.
Yeah, dude. Look at the difference, man. Again, this girl, probably is 9 months old. This girl's like 4 months old.
I can't open my stranger's tub without it flying out.
He's always looking too. Like every time I look in the tub, like he's looking.
But I mean, I guess there's a big sample size with people with confusions and certain genes saying that. But like, I have a clown girl that she went off food once I started pairing her, and now I don't know what's going on. Like if she's gonna lay eggs or not, because I had to stop pairing her because she stopped eating. And pieds, they're hit or miss for me. But then I also have a candy G-stripe girl that's maybe like 8-9 months old, and she's another one. Literally flies out. I can't just open it. Like some just love to eat and some don't. I don't know.
I've heard stories about people like pairing females and they go off food, and so they just kind of like write them off, and then like a few months later they're on eggs.
Yeah, I ultrasounded her. She had tremendous follicles. I just feel bad because she's probably not the size she should be. So I don't know if she's just going to slug out or not.
I don't think that corresponds at all, because I just pulled that tub there. I have a pastel pied that's probably 4,000 grams, right? And she slugged out on me 2 seasons ago. Remember that girl? Yeah. She was 4,000 grams, slugged out on me, 7 eggs. Then conversely, I had the high OD Yellow Fire Clown to the stranger. She was skinny, and I wasn't really utilizing the ultrasound. And I started utilizing it, and she had 8 giant eggs in her. You know, at that point, 42 millimeters. Now, had I just looked at her, I'd be like, "Yo, there's no way she's gonna have eggs in her." But she kicked out 8 beautiful eggs, and she was not skinny, but I was concerned. You know what I'm saying to you? Where this girl's a fat slob, and she gave me 7 slugs. So I think it's kind of just genetics. You know what I mean? Like I got a keyhole girl over there that was the smallest keyhole clown I had gotten, and she's gonna lay eggs in like 3 weeks, and the other 2 are not doing shit. You know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like you get such diversity in like how these animals act. Like it's all like you never know like what to expect. Like I had one girl, she went 3 back-to-back years. Like the first year she went with somebody else, and like I got her as a proven girl, and she went like not even a full year after, like maybe 11 months after. And then the following year she went like 10 months after she went like the first year. And I gave her this year off, and I actually just shipped her out the other day. But like she's just like a beast, and she had follicles when I sent her out. And I told him, I was like, hey, yeah, she's got follicles right now, but I was just gonna give her the year off. Like she's just a beast.
Yeah, I think some things are good breeders. I got a normal clown there, dude. She gave me that Pompeii clutch from that red stripe yellow belly spot nose girl I just showed you, and she had like 18 millimeter follicles 4.5 months later. I was like, what? So I paired her. And she kicked out another clutch to a pastel ODYB fire leopard pied head clown. She's just a good breeder. There's probably a 5-month turnaround after she lays.
I was going to say, is there a specific? Because I always hear like, oh, they'll lay around the same time the next year. So I've only been breeding for a few years, but I have one girl that laid for me last year, and she should have laid probably like a month ago, and I'm pairing her with her son that she laid over like about a year ago. And she's getting to the point now where she's got that, I want to eat everything. Like, I think she's going to probably lay months after she did last year.
Did you ultrasound her?
Not yet. I'm going to.
So I try to pair 6 months after they lay, right? For example, I got a pinstripe clown. She lays in September. Back-to-back year, she laid in September. I have noticed that she's actually paired to the Pompeii het right now. She will balloon up, eat like a savage, and get to the point where I believe they think and like they instinctually know I'm good to have eggs right now. I have my fat reserves. I'm healthy. I'm good. So she balloons up, and now she's been very finicky. She only has like 15 millimeter follicles, so she's got 2 or 3 months of growth left, but she probably won't eat much because I feel like she ate enough to where she knows she's good and she's healthy to actually lay eggs.
This girl, she's not a good eater, and so I don't think she didn't eat great after she laid. But then for the last like month or so, she's just been like crushing anything I put in there. So I wonder if she's just like, all right, I'll start getting ready again now.
It could be.
You know? But that's great because I really would love to pair. I really would love this son to lock with her because she's a candy and he's a Wookiee acid candy. So I'd love to get some Wookiee acid candies.
Yeah, Wookiee and candy might be real nice, man. I think
that'd be sweet. That'd be real sweet. How's your season going, Herbert?
Season's good. It's a little slow this year, and it's a little behind. Typically, I get all of my eggs in like April and May, and this year I'm actually just starting to really get my eggs in May. I had like 2 clutches last month, and 2 clutches so far this month, and the bulk of my clutches are going to be in the next couple weeks and June. So definitely an odd season for me. But I think a lot of breeders have kind of seen similar situations this year. I don't know if it's just because we had such a mild winter that it was causing the females to not build like they normally would when that cold season comes through. But it seems like a lot of people are having a very late season or not getting the amount of clutches that they're expecting, in a typical year. I mean, I bred 50 females this season, and I'm looking at maybe 20 clutches, which is not a very good ratio. Less than 50%. What's that?
Roundabout, what's your ratio typically in previous seasons?
Usually 60%, between 60 and 70, I would say on average. So I do have a lot of first-time females this year. 29 of those 50 are first-time girls. So that's always hit or miss as well. But, yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that. I've had this discussion with many people. This season was a little strange and slow to boot. And when you talk to hunters and fishermen, they've all said the same thing, right? I don't know if you guys know what a rut is. A rut is when like the white-tailed deer are like mating, right? New Yorkers will know what that is. They run around like psychopath. That was delayed like a month this year. Right? They do. That's when you're gonna get a big buck because they're just trying to fuck everything. So that was delayed by like a month or 5 weeks. Fishing patterns were fucked up. So I think to your point, I think it has a lot to do with a slight change in some sort of temperature or pressure or whatever the case may be. It's definitely throwing our girls off. Like my room, you see me sweating. It's 79 degrees and 67% humidity, 24/7, 365 in here. It doesn't mean they're not naturally going to kind of feel what's going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely think we saw that this year. I'm in the same boat as you, dude. Like right now, I'm guaranteed 25, 26 clutches. I do have like 12 girls that laid late last year. We're at that 6-month mark. So I kind of have 2 seasons going. So I'm probably going to end up around 40 clutches, if that, 35 clutches. But to your point, I paired a shit ton of animals, dude. If every male got like six girls, maybe 3 out of those 6 went.
Wow. Yeah.
Dang. If I'm lucky, I'll have my first clutch on the ground like in August. Like, that's how late mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's really late. And how many clutches are you looking at this year?
Just kind of like based on girls that are building well, maybe 20, 25 tops based on girls that's building well. Like I wasn't shooting for a ton. I actually didn't expect to have much of a season at all because like I moved my whole collection this past year, kind of like after last season. And I did it like after last season to kind of like do it while they weren't like in like the process of like building and making and stuff like that. And so I moved them in October. I think I had like 2 clutches hit the ground. No, 3 clutches hit the ground like once they got over here, but everybody else had already laid and they were back on food and stuff like that. So I kind of half expected like not to get a whole lot this year. But this last time I ultrasounded, I did have quite a few girls like progressing. So knock on wood, hopefully I get some good clutches this year. So we'll see.
I mean, it's definitely a good season to not have as many clutches, right? I've talked to a lot of big time breeders and they cut down significantly as well. Obviously just the economy, right? I mean, it's great to breed snakes, but if you're sitting on 1,000 snakes, you're sitting on 1,000 snakes. So I definitely think it's a good season to have a slower season, you know?
Yep. It's true.
So speaking of that, like how have things been going for y'all, like sales wise compared to other years? Obviously, like to your point, Baker, with the market where it is, it's kind of like been taking a hit. But like, what are some like things y'all been doing to kind of like boost sales, increase sales, get some animals moving? Is it just dropping prices? Like, are you doing anything out of the ordinary?
I drop prices. I think we have to look at it like everyone jokes around about the COVID pricing, right? That's obvious, yeah. But more people got into the hobby, and people are starting to stretch to the point now where it's, when I first started buying snakes, like I got in, I really started to decide to breed like 2019, and you could get a hatchling clown female for it was $450, $500 all day, right? So here's the issue now: your new clown is what? Clown head pie. So I think people bred for animals that were selling well in 19, 20, 21. And now people have progressed past that to now where you have to have 2 or 3 recessives. So I think that definitely hit people. I've lowered prices. I was a big advocate on doing what I refer to as like show or money clutches, right? Some really nice core glow combos, no recessives. They move quickly. People love them. I cut those out of my breeding plans to where now my money clutch are just straight pieds. I think it's like anything else. Economy's, in the shitter. It's going to bounce back. It's election year, so everyone's going to rage, right? The economy's going to rage to trick everybody into voting. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do. It is what it is, bro. And I think it's going to bounce back. I do think this hobby, when you talk to people who've been in the game for a long time, Ozzy, Mike, Brock, they'll say the same thing, bro. It goes up and down. And obviously, if it hit its probably its bottom the last 8 months or so. And if we survive that, we're fine. I think it's going to bounce back. I think they said this hobby's been dying since the 80s, and here we are. So I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think 2025 we'll be back to business as usual.
Yeah, I would agree with that. 100%. Obviously, I haven't been in the game like that long, but just like based on like feedback and hearing other folks talk who have been around for a while, like it's just like it's cyclical. It's going up, down. It goes up and down. Like people start producing as much. Some people get out, and so like that's gonna have an effect on supply, and then like stuff just gonna even out. I feel like it.
Mhm.
The people that are going to stay in are the people that like snakes. People got into listen. It is what it is. You can make money doing this, right? You make a shit ton of money doing this. You buy expensive snake, another expensive snake, you put them together, you make expensive stuff, right? But if the money's not there right away, you don't actually like reptiles and snakes or doing this shit, you're going to get out, and they can leave. That's fine. Guys like us will still be here, and we'll continue to progress the hobby and keep the hobby alive.
Yeah, because it ain't all unicorns and rainbows. There's a lot of hard work that goes
Hell
into
yeah.
it. I mean, like
This is a
we
fucking
were
job.
joking before, exactly. Like we were joking before the show, like because he had his name, Herbert had his name as like snake janitor. I was like, shit. Sometimes I feel more like a rodent janitor, but it's a lot of hard like work that goes into it, and so like it's not for the lighthearted.
So let me ask you this: like with your podcast and breeding and everything else, how many hours weekly do you actually put into your business?
At least 40. That's
about you?
full-time job.
Yeah, 100%.
At least 100.
Oh yeah, we got the shed testing too. Yeah.
And that's what putting in 50 to 60 hours at like my real job.
Yeah. Yep.
The real job just ruins everything.
Oh, for me, Charlie and I are always bitching, like, bro, I've had enough of this. Like, sometimes we can't, like, him and I are both waking up very early tomorrow to go take care of what we have to take care of. And it's like, you don't think I'd rather just drink beers and play with snakes? No, I got to fucking go to bed. You know what I mean? And it's just, it is what it is. That is the beauty of this hobby, right? Because we can get home at 3 o'clock in the morning. I come in here, clean quick, pay our stuff, cut eggs, make content for Patreon and YouTube. That is the good thing about it. But it definitely is 40-hour, 30 to 40-hour week for me.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
Are you still doing this full time?
Yes.
Nice,
Good
nice.
for you, dude.
Yep. So far.
Good for you, bro. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Charlie, we're retarded, man. We gotta.
Yeah, someday. 10 years.
That's my 8 years. That's my goal.
It's a money problem, not an interest problem.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be the people that want them at the pet prices and everything like that. It's just, yeah, like you have to keep interest in it. And by people like you guys who make these videos and all that, and that definitely helps like a lot, you know. No matter what people say about certain breeders, like, or certain channels, just the more viewers, more eyes on this stuff, as long as it's in good light, you know, it's just going to help. The internet and YouTube and all that had to have helped this.
Oh,
you know?
1,000%.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
I mean, before Morph Market and YouTube, all that, it was what King Snake classifieds and shows.
My first ball python I ever, well, not my first one. The first one I bought was a normal from a pet store, but the first morph I bought was on Fauna Classifieds. But I remember when I got back in and saw Morph Market, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, my first ball python was Petland Discounts when I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I got mine from the Brooklyn Zoo, it was called, on Ralph Avenue in Brooklyn. Full of mites. Fuck.
Oh, dang. Dang. Yeah, I came across Morph Market like real early into like my journey in ball pythons, and then it was just like a rabbit hole from there.
Yeah, we need Chris Hardwick back. That guy probably had.
Oh yeah. I used to watch Chris Hardwick videos.
What happened to him?
He came back for like a week, right?
I used to watch Chris Hardwick like every single day because at the time it was like super helpful content for me.
Yeah.
Just because like he was like
he did a video and he ended up reducing his collection size and ended up getting a job.
Oh, that explains it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, I know at one point he was putting a video out a day, and all of us can. That is fucking hard, dude. That is too much, and you're gonna run out of content. I mean, content is what it is, right? That's why, like, I remember I started. I did every day for like the first 3-4 months, and I was like, whoa. Then I went down to 4 days. Then I went down to 3 days, and now 2 days is I enjoy my 2 days, and I enjoy the Patreon like 4 or 5 times a week. Like that is manageable. It covers the bases, and that's it. But every day's tough.
Yeah, it's a grind, especially like to edit the videos and stuff like that. That's why I prefer this format because I don't really have to edit anything. Like, just do it, record it. If there's a mistake, there's a mistake. It is what it is. But
that's how I feel, dude. I just let it rip. If I fuck up, I'm like, all right. Because I can't edit, so we're gonna keep it moving. There's like a point of no return for me. Like, if it's the first like 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, that was dumb. I'll start over. But if we're 5-6 minutes deep, we're going. It's over.
I still got like lost files of stuff that I recorded on my phone to make a YouTube video that I never got around to editing. And like now it's been like 2 years, so it's like pointless.
It doesn't make any sense anymore. You're like, I don't know.
Occasionally I'll look at it and be like, dang, that sucked.
Yeah, I actually watched my first video ever on YouTube, like going into work the other day, and I was like, this is fucking horrible, dude. I was like, well, who posted this, dude? I was like, this is bad. Not that it's gotten much better, but that's like, that was a rough one.
That's awesome. Brooklyn Zoo's still there. I used to know the owners. I was good friends with the owners.
Was it Ralph and what?
Ralph Avenue, and it's like almost I want to say like Bergen Beach, like, or is it Ralph Avenue in Utica? I forget. But it was only about 15 minutes from my house where I grew up, so I used to live there, man.
Stand by. I always forget you were from Brooklyn. I always forget that.
So what's the biggest projects y'all got cooking for this season?
Oh man, I've got a couple of them. My Ultramel Clown Pied, he's bred a couple girls this year.
Nice.
I'm actually waiting for one of his females to drop eggs. She was due on the 18th, so I'm really waiting now. But she's a high OD, super high OD Cypress het clown. So hopefully we'll get some nice Cypress animals in that. That'll be triple head or even visual clown double heads. That same male also bred a blackhead, black pastel leopard Mojave het Ultramel.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully we get a nice gene stacked clutch there.
So you said blackhead, black pastel leopard Mojave?
Yep, het Ultramel. Yep.
Nice.
And that was bred by the Pastel Ultramel Clown Pie. So hopefully we can hit some.
Blackheaded Ultramel is probably going to be nice, dude.
Yeah, Blackhead Ultramel is gorgeous.
I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen one.
I think that's the route to go, like with Ultramel, is like the dark stuff. Like that's the route I'm going with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good direction for it. I agree.
What about you, Charlie?
Have there been any blackhead Ultramel clown combos made yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I know there's a lot in the works, but I don't think a blackhead Ultramel clown has been made.
Yeah, I got it in the works, but I ain't there yet.
Yeah, same. I'm still making the pieces for it, but yeah, it'll be nice. It has to be nice.
Oh, it's got to be 100%. What about you, Charlie?
Just Monsoon Clown Desert Ghost puzzle stuff I'm working on.
You just said like it was nothing. Monsoon.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's some regular shit.
No, I ain't got nothing. I'm working my Candy Clown Pied stuff. I should make a decent amount of Candy Pied het clowns this season. Getting chocolate in there too. I have a chocolate het candy clown girl that's breeding. That Wookiee black pastel yellow bellies went to a couple female clowns. So hopefully make some visual Wookiee black pastel clowns. What else do I got going? Clown Pied, het hypo boys bred to a bunch of stuff. I'm just trying to make a bunch of hets and things this year because the good thing about the shed testing is, one, obviously I can test with my snakes, but two, I'm like, it's allowing me to calm down and like not rush the snake projects, because I have so much other stuff going on. I could instead of like, all right, I want to make this like now, or I want to make money on snakes now. I don't care. I'm kind of just pushing it out for the long run now. So hopefully just make a few holdbacks and make snakes that I'll be able to sell easy, nothing crazy expensive or anything like that. But
Yeah, that's the way to do it, though. Build that foundation up.
Yeah. All my nice snakes are all young. Like all my really, like they're all growing up. Like last year, I pretty much traded down all my adults that weren't high end. I sold them all and bought a few, higher end hatchlings. So next season will probably be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with Herbert. I think that's the way to go. Like building that foundation. Like it's some stuff I could have shot for this year to make like some visuals and stuff like that, but I'd rather work like some codoms into the project and like get like a bunch of good genetics into the project and like focus on like hitting that stuff like a few years down the road. Especially like with how things are now. Like I might as well like just kind of get things like really, really solid. That way when things come back, like I'm making some dope stuff, hopefully.
Breed for the whole back rack right now.
That's what I got. I have a VPI het DG boy breeder, and he's going to a leopard pied het DG. So if I can make some DG double hets with leopard in it, and then he's also going to a clown het DG het hypo girl. So it's just going to be a lot of like hets that I'm just going to be making.
What about you, Baker?
Well,
paint.
So a lot of clown pied clutches this season. Pastel ODYB Fire Leopard Pied Head Clown went to a GHI Mojave double head, a blackhead pin double head, which I've showed off already. A bunch of nice double heads, a couple codoms. I like 6-7 of those clutches. A lot of Pompeii stuff this season. I actually hit a Pompeii.
Nice.
I'll show you in a second. And then to Charlie's point, I'm doing a lot of triple and quad recessive stuff with like one visual. So I put my yellow belly paint to a lot of clowns. I have a lot of holdback double heads right now. I put the yellow belly paint to a lot of pastel hypo, pastel clown head hypo, pastel clown head pied. Get that game going. The pastel ODYB Fire Enchi DG hypo head clown. He's going to 3 pied head clowns. Get that clown triple head game going. I got a super OD leopard DG pied. He's going to a couple of pied hypos, a couple of pied head clowns, stuff like that. So just kind of getting a lot of DG hypo clown, DG clown pied, DG hypo clown pied, getting a lot of animals on the ground that are one visual, 3 recessive, or one visual, double recessive, or double recessive, one head. Like that. That's kind of my game right now to try to push those projects further. A lot of stranger stuff. Some Wookiee stuff, some almost Kraken stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, I love all those projects. I actually got a Inchy Leopard Yellow Belly Clown double hit DG Pied. I hadn't got a single hit on him on Morph Market. Like people putting him like in their favorites and stuff, but I'm surprised I haven't even got an inquiry on him. And then I also got a Leopard Yellow Belly Pied, this double hit DG Clown too. Haven't got a hit on him. People liking it, putting it in their favorites, but I'm surprised I hadn't got no hits on it. So hopefully someone hit me up on it. I probably need to do a better job like putting it out there, because I do think that's probably one of the places that like I am slacking, is like making sure I get my animals out there and stuff like that. I don't do the best job at that. I need to do better at that, but I'm surprised those males just sitting there. Like, and I got will consider on there, so I got a price on there, but I will consider like some offers. I'm surprised nobody like even hit me up and say, hey, would you take this? Hey, would you take that?
I think it comes in waves. I've noticed that I'll list like nice animals. You know what I mean? Like I had a bunch of really nice pies listed, like like banana cinnamon pies. Like they're nice, good looking animals, relatively inexpensive. ODYB pies, ODYB fire pies, nice looking animals. And I was like, fuck, none of this shit's selling. And then over the last 2 months, I sold like 8 pies. So it kind of just came in waves. This is the boy we hit the other night.
This is the Pompeii boy.
Yeah.
You sure that's a Pompeii, dude?
Bro, I sent this thing to everybody because I was like, there's no fucking way.
Hey, does that say porn on it? Turn it around.
It says porn. I'm keeping it. That's close.
P.
So we hit this guy.
Nice.
in the egg, wasn't sure if it was red stripe, and then once it's shed out, it's like it's everything.
Yeah.
And it ate its first meal right away. It's a male.
Nice.
Pretty happy. And what this crazy part is, like, I'm almost thinking about keeping him just because it's a Pompeii, but then with all due respect to the Pompeii project, it's like, all right, how do we take a step further, right? So I have a male. I'll show you him. It kind of makes this Pompeii obsolete. It's like, yeah, he's a Pompeii, and obviously we can probably get him up to size like 8 to 10 months, but like, is he worth it, right? Because then I have this guy right here. This is a fire Mojave, black pastel, yellow belly, spot nose, red stripe, hypo het clown. So he's essentially a fire Mojave Pompeii hypo het clown. So it's like, do I breed that Pompeii, or do I try to get hypo and fire Mojave involved in that project? So that's kind of where I feel like this industry's going, this hobby's going, is Pompeii's a sick project, and I'm very happy to hit it, and they're still gorgeous animals, but it's almost like you got to take it to the next level now, So we added fire Mojave and hypo involved in that Pompeii project with this boy.
Yeah, that's super dope. That's super dope. Hey guys, we're gonna take a real quick sponsor break, and then we'll be right back.
Peace and love, family. We invite you into the heart of our serenity, Ancestral Royal Pythons. At Ancestral Royal Pythons, we're not just breeders, we're nurturers of love and growth. Each of our high-end ball pythons is a tribute to the grandeur of the natural world and our dedication to quality. Reach out today and bring one of our creations into your home. This is Ancestral Royal Pythons. Your journey begins here.
Here's to the exciting world of Ebony and Ivory reptiles. From unforgettable parties and events to keeping and hatching some of the dopest reptiles in the reptile hobby, we're all about education, quality, integrity, and respect. Hit us up and see how we can help make your next project a reality. Experience Ebony and Ivory Reptiles, where fascination meets fun.
Ebony and Ivory Reptiles.
Shout out to the homie Jason. Shout out to the homie Matt. Appreciate your support, fellas. So Baker, that snake you just showed, like, it looks a lot like a female that I got. Is she a black pastel, Mojave, red stripe, spot nose, yellow belly, fire, hypo het clown is what she was ID'd at. Something may be missing, but she pretty dope.
Yeah, I have noticed once you get like fire, Mojave, spot nose, yellow belly start to evolve, you start getting that line on the dorsal, that stripe, and that purple hue to it. So you're probably getting the same effect from black pastel as I am from fire. It's probably exactly what's happening. The fire Mojave combo is probably kind of like your black pastel combo.
And she's a killer eater too, so I can't wait to see her on eggs.
Yeah, we'll see, dude. I mean, it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's like, how far are we going to take this hobby, right? I mean, when I first really decided I was going to breed in 2019, it was like, all right, clown pies were like insane, right? For me to get I bought a killer leopard clown pie female for $7,000, and it's like, all right, now how much can I get one? I sold one this year for $2,000, and that was beginning of the season, 2023.
Yeah,
and,
killer leopard. That means it's super pastel. You got to give that away.
Right. I mean, it's still a nice animal, but it's like, all right, but I hate to say it, it's just a clown pie. Like I hit this female here. Where is she? Like I hit this girl here, and this is an OD leopard clown pie girl, and we hatched her out. And I remember when I first got into this girl was selling for like 12, 15 grand. Wild, right? Cool, whatever. Obviously prices go down, but I dreamed about hitting snakes like this, and we're hitting it, and they're gorgeous animals. But it's almost like the hobby now is I hatch her out, and it's like, all right, I'm going to hold her back. Like, why am I going to hold her back? I'm not holding her back for clown pied projects. I'm holding her back for DG clown pied hypo projects, or DG clown pied paint projects. So she's going to be kind of like my baseline for some other project at this point, right? Hopefully when she's ready to go, I'll have some clown DG het hypo het pied male, right, to put her to. Like, this is where this industry's gone in only 4 or 5 years. And obviously with Charlie there, you can really utilize the shit out of hets also. So it's kind of crazy where it went, where this girl was a premier animal to have in your collection. She still is. Don't get me wrong. This thing is sick. I love this animal. But she's almost like my baseline animal now to get involved in other projects because of how far we've gone.
Yeah, she is nice.
It's sick. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, now what do I do with it? You know, it's like, we're not going to breed her for clown pieds. We're not doing that. I have 2 breeder clown pieds over there, females. It's like, well, I'm not using them for clown pied projects anymore. Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? You can, but like now it's like, all right, what am I going to put? All right, let me try to put a paint to it. Let me try to put a DG hypo head clown to it. Like that's the game now, you know? Like,
yeah, you definitely got to take that next step.
You need a het clown pied like male with a bunch of genes in it to put to one of them. So 1, you have the chance to hit the clown pied, but 2, now you'll have more visuals. You at least have a few visuals in there. But
well, the goal is to use that DG hypo het clown to put to my clown het pied females. Hit like a banger clown that's triple het.
Mm-hmm.
Then put that back to like a girl like this, get a clown pied, get it tested by Charlie, and see and then see, right? So now it's like, all right, bro, I got a ODYB fire Enchi leopard clown pied female, or male. It's double het DG hypo. All right, let's fucking party, you know? And that's where now it's like, all right, now I gotta put it to a paint fucking sunset or some shit. And that's where we're going with this, you know?
So have you guys been doing any auctions?
Yeah, some success, some shit.
Yeah, that's about my story too. Like, some went well. Like, I actually had some sell for like more than I had them posted for. But then I also had like the other side of the spectrum too, where it was like nowhere near what I expected. How about you, Ivory? Have you done any?
Yeah, I've done a handful of auctions. I've had some that sold for the same price that I had them listed for, which are obviously great.
Yeah.
I've had some that were good, and then I've had a handful that were terrible. I mean, yeah. I had Hurricane males, Hurricane 100% het clown males this year go for $100 in an auction.
Yeah.
And that's just insane.
That's like confusion clowns, bro. Like, I bought my confusion breeder for $5,000 2 years ago. Dude, I made a shit ton of confusions, and I couldn't give them away for $1,000.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, listen, it's still $1,000. Like, I sell that animal, I'm hyped, it's a G in my pocket, but it's just kind of the nature of the beast. I sold a confusion leopard clown female for auction for $1,600. I was happy with that. I had it listed for like $2,500. But I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast. I tried to auction this pastel stranger leopard clown female. It's like 400 grams. I tried to auction her like twice, and people just don't want to pay anything over like $1,500-$1,600 because of the pastel. Where I sold leopard stranger clown without pastel hatchling for $2,700 3 months ago. I thought for sure she would go in the auction, but I'm gonna start feeding her like she's a holdback, and that bitch gets like 800 grams. Like, it is what it is now.
Yeah, it's worth more to you than it is to sell it.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Then we'll get a test for het moray, right, Charlie?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you have your original one? Because you might as well just test that one.
He's right here. The asshole eater that's now 900 grams. Yeah, he's over there. I kept him for that reason, because his son, this is his son. He locked once, but now he's gay. This is his son. It's it's a high OD yellow belly fire stranger clown, and this boy has never missed a meal. He's a year old, like 3 days ago. He ASS his whole life. He's 950 grams. He's bigger than Pops, but Pops is kind of obsolete. But I kind of wanted to get him tested for het moray. If he's het moray, then I got to get these other holdbacks tested. But if he's het moray, he won't be, because that's just fucking Murphy's Law. But that's kind of why I'm holding on to him. Just obviously, this guy's
he looks definitely ghost that day.
He's got some markers though.
He looks like he could be like a DG. Like, he's so bright.
Yeah, so it's Ozzy. I'll show you the mom. It's Ozzy's high OD. So this is mom right here. Oh. So if you look at mom, she almost looks DG also, right? Look at this animal.
Yeah.
This is high OD yellow belly fire clown from Ozzy, and this is the same thing. Just add in stranger. So people say like high OD isn't a thing. I think it is. I work at OD a lot. I have 2 different lines of OD over here. The high OD definitely makes them look, to your point, almost like DG. Like, look at these animals.
Yeah.
That's
I tell you what,
cool.
I've had a lot of people recently testing DGs that they thought were visuals that are not visuals.
Oh, really?
Because, like, you know, if you told me that was DG, I wouldn't deny it. I wouldn't be like, nah, no way, that's DG.
Oh yeah.
You know, it looks like it could be.
If you said this is
especially
an
with the het influence in it,
Yeah.
you know, if it was het, you know, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, this is, and then they sold them as DGs before the tests were out, and now people are finding out some of their visual DGs are actually hets.
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That is the good thing about Clown, Monsoon, Sunset,
Right.
Hides. You know it's
Right.
hypo DG. It's like, man, you get some codoms in there, you're like, pfft.
Yeah, yeah.
Hurricane, I'm disappointed. Everybody thinks they have a hurricane. I've disappointed a lot of people. I swear that was Hurricane. Everybody thinks they have a hurricane, and everybody thinks they have yellow belly.
Yeah, I see some hurricane combos where I was like, are you sure?
Yeah, I do think that like Hurricane, Trick, Blitz, obviously they've been proven to be the same. But I do think there's different bloodlines because you do see some that are like, holy fuck.
I agree.
Some that you're like, that's okay. So I think there's same thing with like Coral Glow and Banana. Like I obviously they're the same thing, but I'll tell you right now, if you see a Coral Glow compared to a Banana, Coral Glow is brighter.
My Coral Glow girl was unbelievable. I got her from Justin, Coral Glow Het Clown, and I have her daughter right now. It's a Coral Glow GHI Clown. You look at that compared to a Banana, it seems like it's different, but it's not.
Yeah, genetically it's the same, but it's two different bloodlines, you know?
Same thing like with the chocolate stuff, like the Garcia and regular chocolate. Garcia chocolates look sick compared to, like, I have somebody sent me pictures of their Garcia stuff, and I have a chocolate here. I'm like, this looks nothing like yours.
What is you said that earlier in the chat. What is Garcia chocolate? I haven't even heard of this.
It's just a line of chocolate, you know. But
Who is Garcia?
I have no idea.
What company?
No clue. But I've seen it before, and a few people asked me when I'm going to get a chocolate test to see if Garcia chocolate's different, because it does look so much better than a regular chocolate. But stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a chocolate test and a redhead test.
I know. I want to get redhead tests, but to get these tests, you really need to use the homozygous versions of them. And, you know, I don't think there's super redheads out there.
I don't want to talk about redhead.
Yeah.
What's that?
So I don't want to talk about redhead at all.
Why is that? Yeah, you choose a redhead?
I had a pastel redhead Het Clown. We thought it was redhead. I still think it's redhead. Had like 2 Batman clutches from her. Him didn't hit any conclusive redheads, but hit like hets that I think are redhead. I have no fucking idea. But like for me not to hit any, like, I'll show you this girl. It's a pastel redhead Het Clown to a yellow belly clown. I hit this thing. Does not look like a pastel. It's a pastel clown. Doesn't look like just a pastel clown. Doesn't look like a yellow belly pastel clown. Is it redhead? I have no idea. Don't know, dude. Don't know. One of the projects I tried to dive into, like hardcore and deep, and I put him like a Batman, a Banana Batman, a spot nose clown. And I don't know what I got out of that. So win some, you lose some, boys. I lost some. I think I paid $500 for a pastel Het Clown.
I got a spot nose Ivory, triple head hypo DG clown, pos chocolate, pos redhead, pos fire male. Did I need to? I want to get tested. Obviously, like redhead and chocolate not out there, but it'd be nice to get him tested. But I'll just test him the old-fashioned way if the test don't come out before then.
That's it, baby. Normal clown. That's it.
Let's see what you can do for me, buddy.
Yeah, Charlie, we know you work 180 hours a week, but we need a few tests. So together, right? You got an employee now. I don't want to hear nothing.
Like I said, there's going to be a lot over the next month or two. We have data back on a lot of mutations. It's just now doing the testing and finding exactly where it is. And I have right now out. I just got an update this morning. I have Zebra, OD, and TSK Xanthic. They're going through sequencing right now, so I should have that data probably next week. I don't know when the hell I'm going to get to looking at it and work doing it, but I getting the amount of sheds from reputable people is the hardest thing, especially for codoms. I'm hoping that all the super ODs I sent in are actually super ODs, not ODs, because it just makes it that much harder to find it after you get all that data back. But yeah, like Zebra, I'll probably try to work on right away, just because I want to see if it's the same as Mackenzie. But yeah, I mean, we have so many. Vanilla should have soon. Rainbow should have soon. There's a lot. We have a lot of stuff coming.
What are your thoughts on like the whole Zebra and Mackenzie thing? Do you think it's the same, or you think it's different?
I have no clue. I've seen some comparisons where I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that looks the same. And then you see some, you're like, oh, maybe not.
I'll say this. Was it Adam that posted a lot? I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't spoken. I don't work with Mackenzie. I don't work with Zebra. I haven't spoken to him. Haven't spoken to anybody about it. I have noticed his price go from $13,000 to $6,000 over the last couple months. So I don't know if they weren't moving, but again, I don't know why that happened. You know what I'm saying to you? There's a reason why it got cut in half. I don't know why. I'm speculating, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, Phil, send those white lace sheds in, man. I need only a couple more. And super mandarins. If anybody has super mandarins,
You got to get paint shit.
Yeah, lace would be a good one to get too.
Paint's already on the way.
Really?
Oh, nice. How
That
far out are we?
might change some pairings for me.
You can make Matt, Ebony, and Ivory Reptiles real happy. How far out are you?
Probably a couple months still, but maybe 2
Yeah,
months.
lace would be another good one to get too, because like I see so many pops laces posted.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell until I've had like 10 sheds. Then even then, like you'll have a yellow belly lace, and it's like, is it yellow belly lace? I don't know. And then
My lace I got from Phil is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's like high quality lace, but it's also special lace head clown. She's sick.
Yeah, I got an ODYB leopard lace double head clown pod mill that won't
How could you tell that that's lace? I don't until you unless it came from a white lace. All those genes in it, man. Whew, that's tough.
like he won't lock for nothing though. Like he just eats. Like he eats well. He just won't lock.
How old is he?
Probably about a year and a half.
Yeah, bro, that's what I mean. Like, say, that DG Hypo Head Clown I got, he's like a year and a half old, bro, like 750 grams. It's like, bro, like, dude, figure it out.
Yeah, like he eats well, but then when I put him in the tub with the female, he on the other side of the tub. Like he's not even trying.
Like a
Like
nerd at a
sometimes-
school dance, bro.
Is it him or is it her? Have you tried another male? Because I have a male that is like started breeding at 8 months old, and he just crushed every girl I put him to. And then I put him to a GHI clown because I want to make the Krakens with him, and they're on the opposite ends, you know.
I've tried him with different females, and he won't lock with any female.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried putting another male in there, like in a snake bag, and like hoping like maybe that'll stimulate him. I tried like breeder males, shed, like I've done everything except for like what Antoine recommended, which is like rub the sperm plugs on them. I can't see myself doing that.
I have jerked off quite
I did that last year. I did that last year a lot.
I've done it quite often. Yeah.
I don't remember. Baker just does it for fun, though. He doesn't even rub it on the back.
Yeah, I'm not even breeding them. It's just a normal. I'm just in there popping the shit out of it. It's like eye paint for me. I'm just like, shut up, Charlie.
Herbert, you still,
That's not the only thing that I ain't tried at this point.
you still have that sunset albino?
I do.
Ooh, how's
I
that?
remember the first time I ever met him was at was it Saratoga or Albany show you guys were doing?
Yeah, I don't know what show that was.
You had just hatched it, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Yep. She bred this year, but doesn't look like she's gonna go.
Really?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Her and her sister. I had albino het sunset female as well, and same thing. Both of them went off food and stopped building.
I remember I saw they. I think they go really good together. How does it look now? Could you pull it out or no?
Yeah.
Because I remember when I saw that in person at the show a few years ago, it was small, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" And I saw what it was. I was like, it had the big NFS on it.
Was that Sunset Albino?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you can see the sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I think now, somebody over in Europe actually hit the Cine Sunset Lav, and it looks very similar to this.
Yeah.
And Cine was in the pairing, so I actually think this is Cine.
Maybe.
Because I've tried to figure out since the beginning of why Brad's was so much more orange than mine. Because I can't imagine lavender is, that much different than his would be pure orange, and mine is like this whitish yellow orange.
Yeah.
And I think that's why. I think mine is actually Cine as well.
That would make sense, dude.
Yeah.
You need like spot nose in there.
So she's cool.
Jaffe.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Like throwing some spot nose in there.
I gotta get a Jaffe show.
She grew super quick too, so I was really disappointed that she's not gonna go.
She'll hook you up next year.
I was hoping. Yeah, I'm actually considering selling the project though. I'm
really?
actually thinking about getting out of Sunset completely. Just trying to reduce my recessives. I got too many recessives. I currently have 10.
So what you got?
10 different recessives?
Yeah. Yep. So
Well,
I'm trying to reduce that down to like 6 or 7.
Well, you got to name all 10 now.
Yeah, what else?
Let's see. Ultramel, Clown, Pied, Hypo, DG, Xanthic, G-Stripe, Sunset, Albino. What am I missing? I'm missing one. I have Caramel. I don't know if we want to count that or not, but I do have Caramel.
That's a lot, dude. That is a lot.
Besides Sunset, what
It's
are
too
you?
many.
What are you letting go besides Sunset?
G-Stripe.
Okay.
I have one small G-Stripe project. I got double het G-Stripe clown stuff that I just listed on Morph Market.
I like Kiki stuff.
I
I
do
do
too, but I only had a 1.3 in the project, and so I'm like, all right, that's got to go. And they're good. I mean, I got 2 females that I'm selling. They're blackhead mahogany double hets.
Yeah. I
So-
feel like that project, DG is like a must in that project.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
A
For sure.
DG Kiki is so nice, dude. So nice.
What was that male? Because
Oh yeah, Jaffe got it. Puzzle. I didn't say puzzle.
Oh, puzzle.
So technically 11 if you count Caramel.
They're
What was,
nice
that,
though,
what,
man.
what was the male in that Kiki project that you had?
He's a blackhead double het.
He's a blackhead double head, and the 2 females are.
Yep, there's one female that's a mahogany double het, and then 2 blackhead mahogany double hets.
Okay, gotcha. So
They're all clutch mates. I made them last season. They're all 3 females are pushing 700 grams.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, somebody should jump on that, especially as a group.
Definitely.
Don't put them on auction though; you won't get what you want.
No.
We get $500.
I'll sell all 4 for about $352 shipped.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys noticed that too? Like, you'll get some ridiculous offers lately.
Oh yeah.
Like, I have a Batman female. Like, again, when I first got my first Batman, I got it for like $2,500. It was a fucking steal. You know what I mean? They were going for like $4 or $5 grand at the time. So I had this Batman female here. She's a stunner. She's a really good looking Batman. I have her on sale for $575, maybe market value, right? Guy hits me up and is like, "Yo, like, will you take like 400 shipped?" And I was like, "Well, where do you live?" He's like, "California." $97 shipping. I'm like, you want me to sell her to you for $300? I was like, dude, I'll just keep her. I'll breed her eventually. I was like, like all due respect to you, if it's like a $3,000-$4,000 animal, you're like, hey, I'll take $500-$600 off. Yeah, bro, enjoy. But like, a $500 animal, like you want to take half the price off and then I cover shipping. Like at that point, it's like, well, where do you guys find it? Where is it like, hey, I'll unload it, or fuck it, it's a female, I'll just keep it now because $300-$400 isn't gonna make or break any of us, right? So it's like, do I just get rid of it or do I have value in breeding this thing now? So where do you guys distinguish what you do in regards to that?
Real quick on that girl, like that Batman female you got for $575. How big is she?
200 grams.
200 grams. I bet you'll probably get more or close to $575 if you put on auction though. I put a Inchy Batman female on auction. I had her posted for $900. I ended up getting $900 for her.
No shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll auction her then. Yeah, maybe.
I'll give you $450.
$450 in a shed test, my last offer.
Yeah.
Charlie,
I'm the other way. Like I just want to. I got screwed on odds last year. I hit so many goddamn males, so I would just lower the price until they went because I'm not gonna hold back.
Charlie, you can have her. You come pick up these sheds.
It cost me more than gas.
It's not my fault you live in Canada, bro.
I'll be there tomorrow morning. Meet me.
I'll give you the code. Enjoy. Just run away from diesel.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling with that though. To get back to your question, Baker, like it's some animals that I got that's not selling, and like I feel like they're worth a lot more than maybe what they might sell for. Because I went back and forth about, do I put them on an auction, put a reserve, and kind of like see where it is, or do I just keep it? You know what I'm saying? And hold on to it and hope someone comes down the road. Right now, I just kind of landed on just holding on to it and hoping somebody buy it down the road. Like, for example, those two males I was talking about, like pretty soon they're going to be breeder size. And so it's going to be like a real good value for somebody who want to just jump in and insert something right into the project. I think I'm going to just sit on for a little bit.
I mean, that's what it is, right? If you think about it, there used to be guys, I remember like 5-6 years ago, I'd hear about guys, they would just buy, they'd have 1065 racks. And what they would do is they would buy, 65 hatchling clowns, 65 hatchling females, right? Female pieds. And they'd raise them up over like a 15-month period, get them to breeder size, and then flip them for $2,000, right? I mean, that's the good thing about these animals is like they don't decrease in value over time. Yes, recessive traits or other codons decrease in value over time, but an animal by itself will increase in value the closer it is to breed age. So that is the good thing too.
What are you doing, Herbert?
So if it's males, and I know that I'm not going to be able to use a male in a project, I'll just let it go. If somebody offers me 50% and it makes sense, I'll let it go for 50% because it's a male. It literally will serve me no good. If it's a female, I'll be a little bit more picky. If it's got a couple codoms and it's a visual and a het, or if it's a double het, then I'll choose case by case. But I'm trying to be very picky in my collection to make sure that I'm not keeping animals just to produce animals, but that everything furthers a project. So even if I have to let a snake go for a little bit cheaper than I want, but it makes sense, it's just got to go.
Yeah, I have like 8 just clown breeders, just clowns. So like even that red striped yellow like spot nose girl, like I listed her for a while for like market value, some interest, but I was like, you know what? For me, it's like just raise her up and then replace that clown, right? That normal clown, get her out of there, have a 3-gene combo for other projects, some wild male that's head clown. That's kind of my thought process now. I have like 10 pied breeder females. So my plan is to obviously make some sort of pieds that kind of replace them, or pied head clowns to replace them female-wise. That's kind of how I justify some of these nicer females. But I kept back an ODYB Fire red stripe clown female. I mean, do I really need her? Probably not. But she can, without a doubt, replace my entry clown or replace my normal clown. So that's kind of my thought process. Like if it's nice and it looks good, I'm like, I like snakes, I'll keep it.
Yeah, it's definitely an upgrade from a normal clown.
Right. That's kind of my goal and holdback sometimes too. Furthering projects, but also it's like, what am I going to cycle out over here, right? Obviously,
right.
A normal clown breeder female is good for like the male I have. But what would be better is a yellow belly, spot nose, black pastel breeder clown, right? So that's kind of my thought process with keeping some of these females.
Yeah,
makes sense. What about you, Charlie?
Yeah, like I said, I literally just sold the snake just now.
Nice, pulling double duty.
Yeah, but like I have 3 males left over from last season. They're all black pastel vanilla het clown males. One of them has GHI, one of them has GHI and pastel, and the other one is just black pastel vanilla het clown males. Because like once again, I got all freaking males. So I've had them listed on Morph Market, and I just keep lowering the price, and I just put them on like Facebook yesterday, and one of them's gone already now. So I need, because I'll have eggs that I need to get them out. I was fine because I breed my own rodents, so whatever, I'm fine holding on to them for a little while. But now that I'm gonna have eggs hatching, I don't have enough space to keep everything. I mean, I have the space, I just don't have the time actually to keep everything.
Right.
What is like the optimal amount of snakes you guys want to work with?
50. I have like 44 or something right now. I can probably handle, well, minus like hatchlings.
Yeah, I'm talking like breeder females. Like where do you guys want to be?
Breeder females, probably the most that I can deal with, like with my current situation, is probably 100 or so max.
I'm saying like 20 max. But like, because I'll always have hopefully around 50 snakes, but I'm always going to be cycling them out, raising up, better females and cycling them out.
Yeah, I'm operating right now with probably 100 breeder females. I'd like to go anywhere between like 70 to 80 to 90 clutches. But I'd like to produce things that are furthering my projects and the industry. I don't want to just pop out coral glows. Like I was at one point, I was making coral glow, black pastel, Mojaves like left and right. I want to produce a lot of nice stuff that's pushing the projects down the line. That's kind of my goal. In this facility, I could probably have like 400 breeder females. I don't want to do that. I'd like to operate around 200 and have half of them go a year or maybe less. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. That 80 to 100 clutch range, that's pretty much the max that I want to get, because I want to get into other species as well.
What are you trying to get into?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't even know.
Or what?
There's a list right now. I want to get a little bit into diamonds.
Okay.
I've already got a female Angolan, so I want to get a male for that and, do like a clutch of Angolans a year. I want to get into some of the Boega species. Want to get a Sanzinia. There's a lot of stuff.
What's a Sanzinia? Is that like a snake or a lizard?
It's snake.
Something totally different.
I just got a carpet python at the Albany show.
Carpet python.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you send me today? The picture.
That was my super dwarf free tail.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
This is the next thing. This is what I'm slowly getting into now.
I want them too.
These
That's
things
awesome.
are fucking dinosaurs, dude. They are so cool. I'm slowly. This is the female I actually bought from Big E like 2 years ago. So she's almost ready to breed. Super docile for a GT cross. Diesel wants to eat her all the time. So I'm going to get a male for her. And I'm slowly starting to get myself into like pure low-cal leeches. I have a rack ready to go. I started buying them here and there. By here and there, I mean I have 2. So I'm going to start. This is the next thing for Blue Eye Morphs is Leachianus geckos.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
My
pretty
wife,
cool.
she's got a lychee. I forget what locality it is, but she's awesome.
I mean, I assume all four of us love reptiles. We're like the nerds in school that love like catching bullfrogs and turtles and shit, right?
Oh yeah.
I love my snakes. And I get happy looking at them every day, and it makes me fucking thrilled to be in here. But these things, dude, I look at these things and it gets like that kid going to me. You know, it's a dinosaur. It's so fucking cool to me, you know. So this is definitely the next thing for Blue Line Morphs. I've been talking to Doug from Ridiculous Racks, and he's an absolute gentleman, and this is the next step for me right here.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's real dope. What we got here?
I love their little pit bull heads.
Yeah, I love them. Carpet pythons are my favorite. Like, I got 3 different species of carpets. Definitely my favorites.
You just say you have 300 species?
No, 3 different species of carpets.
I said if he said 300 species, he's naming them all right now.
Call them out. Nah, I love the carpet pythons though. Like when I first started getting them, I thought I was gonna breed them, and I don't know. I may end up breeding something like later on down the road, but I'm in no rush to like breed them or anything. Like it's just fun keeping them.
Yeah, that's why guys like the four of us will be in this industry for a very long time. Like this, like I was into cars for a while, racing cars, and the powerlifting thing for a while, and all these different like hobbies. And this is very much a hobby and a passion I love doing. And it also is a business. But like even when I say I put these 30, 40 hours in here, like most time I clean on Sundays, it's like a 5-hour ordeal. But is it clean? Is it work, right? Paul stopping by, Nash is stopping by, Kevin stopping by, Devin stopping by. The dogs are running around. I'm drinking beers. I'm watching Sunday football. You know, I'm watching whatever college of a Saturday. That's I think the beautiful part about this hobby and industry is it can be a successful business. And if it's not, like, all right, cool. Like it's still a cool hobby to have. Like I didn't get no money back from my Mustangs. I didn't get anything but being fat from powerlifting. So it's like at least you get something out of this. Diesel. Yes, and now it's just yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too. Like that's what keep it going, and like just having good people around you, having good people in your circle and stuff like that. People you can bounce ideas off of, people who can talk you off the ledge with certain things too, like all that kind of like support and whatnot. Like it really helps. And so I've met a lot of people who I plan on being friends with for the rest of my life, just through this industry, through this hobby. So it's a lot of cool things. Like, yeah, it does come with work. Yeah, sometimes things might be slower than other times, but at the end of the day, like it's definitely a net benefit, and it's by far too. It's not even close.
Yeah, I just talking pure like economics and investment. I mean, I probably put again probably 400,000 or 500,000 into this, and I'm like finally even now, if that makes sense, right? And even last year, like it's a down season, if you will. I'm still up at 6 figures. I've sold animals. You know, I held back a lot, and a lot went back into it. You know, but it's still a really good industry. It's still thriving, and we have, to Kevin's point, we have a really good Long Island, New York crew. He's a big retard. We have a really good New York crew in general. Some guys upstate, a lot of Long Island guys. But to your point, we have a really good circle, man, and it really pays dividends. Like Charlie's Confusion Girl, he showed up before. He's texting me about her. You know, I'm going over there, and it's like, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nice to have that camaraderie and nice to have that positivity. Because if Charlie does well, I do well. If you do well, Charlie does well, and I do well, and everything else. It's not so much as like a cutthroat. Like
I want you all to do well, so I could do well.
That's actually a great segue into the next segment. So one of the things we like to do on these state property episodes is give out state flowers, right? So shout out folks in your respective states. So who are some folks, and we can start with you, Herbert, who are some folks in New York that you want to shout out that's in the reptile community?
Oh, man, definitely Caitlin. She's from, I'm trying to remember what her business is, KCS Royal. She's in Will's Patreon. She's only like half an hour or so from me. She's come over a handful of times. Let me see. The guys from Absolutely Reptacular, they're local to me here. They've got a good breeding operation. They just got a little facility built, and they're a good group of guys. Patrick from Morphs. He's a good dude.
He's in New York.
My local shows as well.
Where is he in New York?
He's in like Batavia, I think. So he's more west of me. Yep, he's a good dude. I honestly don't talk to a lot of New York guys, surprisingly.
I realized you and I weren't even following each other on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, huh, I'm not a New Yorker. I didn't even realize.
So you guys are following each other now, right?
I followed him. I don't know if he did it back.
I don't think I followed you back.
That's real nice.
My son Prince is in Troy. That's about 15 minutes from me. I didn't know that.
I'll do that right after the show.
You liar.
You know, we're both from New York, but we're like 5 hours away from each other still.
Yeah, you're in Canada, bud. I know.
Basically. Yeah, I'm
You're
like
from
3 hours
the
from
city.
the
It's
border.
not New York.
I'm from the real New York. Farm country.
Yeah. You're from the Amish people. We have running
Basically,
water.
yeah.
We have running water and electricity over here. Beat that.
It is funny. It's actually like 5 minutes from me is a big Amish community.
Yeah, out by you there's a lot. Yeah.
Charlie, who you giving state flowers to?
We're gonna name the same people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the Long Island guys, but Sal Gomez was the first guy that I ever really talked to in the industry. I asked him a question about candy stuff and through Morph Market, and we spent about 2 hours on the phone that day.
Sal's the man, dude. Sal's
Yeah, so he's the one that really taught me a lot in the beginning. Who else in New York that Baker's not going to name?
I was gonna name Sal.
I don't have many local people, at least not like bigger breeders that anybody would know anywhere around me. Tyler's Toxic Balls is a New Yorker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's a good dude. Him and his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Rossi Reptiles.
See, yeah.
Sure, for sure.
Frank's a good dude.
He got some dope garbage too.
Trying to think who else is upstate. I don't know. I don't know many. Besides all the Long Island guys that he's about to name.
You can name him.
I don't like them anyway. You can.
Well, we got Gomez. Sal was. Me and him started our YouTube channels at the same time in 2019-ish. So he's my buddy for a long time. Sal helped me tremendously. Bought rats from Sal for a long time. You got Big E, Eric. Big E's Reptiles. You got Ryan Nash, Nash Exotis, Paul from Sugar Skulls. You got Kevin. You got Devin. You got Foley. You got Soto Reptile Creations. You got Dave and Erykah from Edge Exotics. You got Will out in Staten Island. You got Sauce Balls. Who else? Who else know me at my house? Did I say Paul? I didn't mean to say Paul if I said Paul.
He's just got racks. He doesn't have snakes though.
Who else?
Yeah, he said Foles.
Foley, Anthony. You got Doug out in Nassau. You got
Royal Canvas, yeah.
Nice Balls is over here.
Oh, Nice Balls, yeah. I talked to them.
Fucking little Harry's fucking here, yep. There's a lot of fucking breeders on Long Island, dude. You know what's cool? Nobody's an asshole. Nobody's even the guys that have been in the industry for 15, 20 years, they're not dickheaded. You know what I mean? They're all trying to help you. Where I've heard back in the day, it was cutthroat, right? Nobody helped anybody. Nobody told anyone. That's where the whole 1,500 gram, 2 year to breed a female thing came from, because they wanted you to breed it a season after them. Everyone here in Long Island's a really good crew. It's very similar to that California crew. You know what I mean? There's a lot of us, and they're all pretty close knit. And it's really nice.
Nice. That's what's up. That's real dope.
You got Chris Eaton too, upstate.
For
Charlie forgot about him. Real nice.
He's New Rochelle. I guess it's upstate.
If it's not the 5 boroughs in Nassau and Suffolk, it's upstate.
It's Nassau and Suffolk is upstate, even though it's.
That doesn't make any sense, Charlie.
I know. For me, anything outside of 5 boroughs was upstate.
Well, you probably think you're from Brooklyn, even though you actually are on Long Island, correct?
It's true. Yeah, Brooklyn is pretty much Long Island.
It is Long Island. What bridge do you leave? What bridge do you cross to get to Long Island? And don't tell me Kosciuszko's because that doesn't make any sense.
There's some little bridges I go over on the Belt Parkway to get out there.
It's the same island. You're from Long Island, Charlie, not Brooklyn. Just so you guys know, he's infuriated right now.
I tell you what, I'm going tomorrow morning to Brooklyn for the first time in probably 4 or 5 years since my parents moved out of there. I have no well, I've driven through it, I guess, but it's just so different now than it was, man. Like when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, it's just different. I like it now up here. I have property. I'm still 2 hours. I could get to Manhattan if I want to. So,
I have never been to the city.
There's no reason to go.
No, that's why I haven't been there.
No reason to go.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I turned out of Queens now. You have no idea. My commute's like cut in half. People have trees and yards there. It's nice.
Nice. Well, fellas, we're pulling up on almost an hour and 45 minutes. It's been a great show. Definitely appreciate y'all coming out, kicking it with us tonight. A lot of support in the chats. I see all the New York people going wild in the comments too. Definitely appreciate y'all shouting out everybody. And before we get out of here, is there anything upcoming that y'all want to plug, promote that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, I think Charlie and I, we're going to head to LA, right? We'll try to.
Yeah, we're going to go to, I'm definitely going to Pomona.
Oh, nice.
In June. Yeah. I'll book it eventually, but I'm going. We're going there. Baker's going too.
Nice.
Yeah. Kevin and Paul could come too if they want, but I don't think they're going to go.
I would love Paul. I love fucking with Paul, man. That's my favorite.
Nash doesn't travel. He ain't going.
Yeah. Leprechauns don't do well on planes. Only shooting terrorists. One time.
Yeah, I definitely want to make it out there to one of the Cali shows one day at some point. For sure.
Charlie, we should shoot down like Daytona. Do you go to the Daytona show?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, every year.
Yeah, I'm doing that. My plan is Pomona, Daytona, both Tinleys. I'd like to hit up Dallas and even St. Louis. I'd like to go there. I've never been to St. Louis, so.
Oh, wow. Y'all should definitely shoot down to Daytona. It's a fun time. I enjoy it.
I think we're going to try to go to a lot of shows, right, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm down.
Nice. What about you, Herbert? Anything you want to promote?
No, not really. I'll be at Tinley. That's about it. Every year I always say I'm going to either try to go to Pomona or Daytona, and I never do, so I'm not going to say it.
No,
but I've been Tinley.
Nice. Well, again, fellas, man, it's been absolutely amazing. Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the folks who listen to this later on the audio only version. Definitely appreciate all the support each and every week. Thanks again for all the super chats. That really helps out a lot. But for tonight, we're gonna call it a show for Clutch Conversations. I'm Mike, the lovely lady behind the scenes. It's the car. Thank y'all for coming out. Be blessed. Peace.